she'd said. I agreed. I'd been known to eat a few off the floor myself. Bingo attendance at the parish hall had diminished, and when the town blabbermouth, Bernadette Ryan, called into the VOCM open-line radio show to say that her 99-year-old bingo-loving grandmother was showing signs of the plague, runny nose, fatigue, weakness, people refused to go altogether. Our old parish priest, Father Malloy, tried to reason with his parishioners, saying that the place had been fumigated not once but twice. But Bernadette would not be silenced. She said that fumigation wasn't enough, that during the Great Plague of London, contaminated bedding and clothes were burned to avoid contagion. Therefore, the rat-infested parish hall should be burned to the ground. That's when Frankie McCall stepped in with the news that he'd be building a new bingo hall on behalf of the church. On the day of the announcement, Father Malloy called McCall a great philanthropist. Mam said, "Philanderer, more like." When I asked what that meant, she told me to go ask my Aunt Telly. As far as I knew, I didn't have one. After the dancers' opening performance, Frankie gestured to the double doors which were blocked off by a piece of yellow police tape. "That's what you get," said Frankie, "when you leave the village idiot in charge of the ribbon cutting." The village idiot was 94 and Frankie's mother. I sidled up to her. "That son of yours is a hard ticket." "Don't worry," she said. "He'll get his comeuppance." Frankie made a cutting motion with his fingers. "Where are the scissors?" The village idiot passed him a pair of pink plastic safety scissors. I laughed my arse off and said, "Nice one, missus." Frankie broke a sweat as he hacked through the tape. On the final snip, the full tilt dancers did a celebratory step dance. The dancing was good, but "I's the boy" was too obvious. If it were up to me, we'd have sung "Bingo. There was a Frankie had a hall and bingo was a game-o, B-I-N-G-O. Clearly, this troupe needed my out-of-the-box ideas. When the applause faded, I told my parents that my new life goal was to become a full-tilt step dancer. "Not a chance," said Dad. "We'll be drove nuts with the racket." "But I have a feeling," I said. "It's stirring deep in my loins." "For goodness sake, Barry," whispered Mom, "you should never talk about your loins in the shadow of the basilica." "You just made that up," I said. "They talk about loins in the Bible all the time." Dad ushered us toward the hall. "Come on, bingo's starting." "Bingo schmingo," I said. "We're talking about my dreams here." "The answer is no," said Mom. "You'll only quit after a few weeks anyway." "And the last thing we need is you clicking around the house like a moron," said Dad. I picked up a rock and lobbed it at the neon sign. "Well, screw ye all." The rock landed 2 feet short of its target. "You're lucky you missed," said Frankie McCall. "A move like that could get your whole family banned from the hall for life." "So help me God," said Mom. "If you screw this up for me, I'll disown you." She loved a good game of bingo. As we filed into the hall, Dad pulled me back by the elbow. "What the hell is wrong with you, Barry? First time your mother leaves the house since Gord's been born, and you have to turn into the Antichrist." I yanked my arm away. "If you must know," I said, "I'm Jesus's #1 fan, and that, sir, makes me pro-Christ, very pro-Christ indeed." "Don't sir me, Barry," said Dad. "I'm your father, for Christ's sake." "Taking the Lord's name in vain," I said. "Now who's the Antichrist?" I caught up to Nanny Squires, who was waiting for me at the snack bar. Every week she bought me a treat, my reward for helping her keep track of the 20 cards she played at once. "Get whatever you want," she said. As I browsed, my stomach rumbling, she added, "Except Hawkins' cheesies. They started the plague, you know." Frankie Hall had done an outstanding job stocking the new snack bar. I was spoiled for choice. "Look, Nan," I said, "they even have Mae Wests." But Nan didn't respond. She was too busy marveling at the shininess of the new counter. "I hope they use Comet on this," she said. "It'll help keep the sparkle." I picked a bag of salt and vinegar chips, and we joined my parents at a crowded